And we are live again. Started on Twitch as well. Okay. It's all set. So I wanna make sure this is readable. So let's enhance to 125. That should be enough. It's a good trade-off between being readable and fitting on my screen. So let's see where we left at the last time. I moved a bit forward, so got some screen right now. Still has the ugly no icon. So we want to change that at some point, but we don't have any resource yet. To have a resource, yeah, I might need to open it on Visual Studio. I have no idea how to create a resource from scratch. A resource file. It's just a text files, but yeah, not gonna do that from scratch anyway. So let's get started. We want to add some input. That means I have to go to the Windows creation. So this is a good place to start from. Windows, and I also want to keep the app, the app module on the side, because that's where I will be forwarding the events, which will pass through WinMain, that I can also keep here. So this is Windows specific. It isn't going to affect the Android version, which actually I forgot to test. Let me instead do a quick test on Android and see if it's still working. It's been a while. So the last time that I've tested was a few days ago. And after that, I have updated Android Studio. See if I can find the same zoom here too. 125. That should be good for streaming. There are no devices. How is that? Are you off? Yeah, good. It ran out of battery. But no, it should be on. What's going on? I probably just have to reattach it. And that should work, right? That should work. There is no activity whatsoever. Oh, maybe it's still doing its thing. Okay, it was still doing its thing. But are you done now? I don't want to wait here forever, so I'll just keep moving on. We want to catch as many messages as possible from the window proc. So the window proc is the handler for the messages that the window receives, but it will only receive it if it's done correctly on the main loop. So the main loop picks a message, removes it from the queue. It translates the message, which is I don't know what that means, but dispatches the message. Okay, this is the important bit because this is the one that dispatches to the right window. In message, we should have, so we do have a handle to the window and then a few parameters. This is the weirdest design ever. they pack lots of things depending on the message type. So destroy, cool. So it does a destruction. Well, at some point, I wanna take note that we need to destroy all the things. Like destroy doesn't do anything right now. It doesn't do it here, and it doesn't do it in here as well. Where is the destroy? There's no even destroy. So we don't have any cleanup so far, but yeah, I feel like we don't need it because all this stuff is just going to be useless. Just going to be freed by operating system anyway. We're not needing. We're going to be needing to survive the quit. Like this app's gonna be dead once we press the quit button. So back to the what I was with. I get lost too easily. What do we need? What are the messages first of all? So we got the destroy, the move, the size. Oh, the size. We'll have to handle this because our swap changes goes crazy right now. What do I mean with that? So let's have a look at the log. Everything is alright, except for that. The icon. So the icon, it doesn't have an icon, so it will just stay whatever it was. That is just heartbreaking. I can't see that. Should I detour? And yeah, I have to detour. But yeah, let's see what happens when I change. So while I'm resizing, nothing's happening, which is alright. Which is alright. Is it? Why is it not? Well, but as soon as you leave it, it receives the change in size, and then the presentation system just goes like, nope, you can't do that unless we define something that I've seen earlier. Like there was it's not appearing here, but there was a validation thing that's saying that I can define the behavior of what happens when the sizes don't match. So it can either stretch or do whatever the options are. But no need to think about this now. That's a topic for another stream. Okay, but I just want to keep a reminder of this. So we're gonna need to case this case. Let's case this case and a case, and what should we do? Can I? Yeah, I can do something very jerky. I can just restrict from resizing. Can I do that? So we won't receive any resize message. And resizing. Let me print prompt. What is prompt? Let me print stud print. It's not included. Include print. Now it is. Stud print. You shall not resize. So resize. That should be what happens, right? But furthermore, what we can do is to change the window style. So far it is set to overlapped, and since I'm gonna change this quite some time. I'm gonna set it here, but I don't know what type it is. It's a D word, okay. A double word style. Ooh, stile. The Italian style. It's an overlapped window, and this is going to be const expr. What? Const expr style. Let's use it here. Which is just overlapped caption system thick minimize box maximize box. What is that? These are the buttons. So I might not need that. Let's see what the options are. Pop-up can be pop-up. Yeah, because pop-up doesn't have borders. System menu, but it shouldn't have those buttons. Palette, Windows Edge, tool. I might just use pop-up window. That could be good enough. And here I am steering out of the topic once again. Oh boy, that isn't great. This isn't even movable. So pop-up window wasn't the right choice. What do I have left? Palette window. Tool window. Okay, last one testing. Extended. I want to try this so bad. Why is it so slow to compile? Okay, I love this. Yeah. But Vulkan doesn't agree. Why doesn't it agree? What is wrong with you? Okay. A validation error. So apparently this style is not doing what it is supposed to. Oh, because that is an X style. That's an X style. X or X style. So this is an X style, okay? So it's not a style. It's an X style. Oh boy. Okay, X style. And what's the main style? Should I keep it overlapped? Overlapped window. Style and X style. What do you want the X style to go? Okay, X style, style. And they should also have an X style somewhere, because it is the X version of the function. I don't see X style. Oh, it's the first parameter, of course. There you go, X style. Windows.c. Why is it building so much? So Windows, globals. Okay, that is fair. But why is it building Vulkan and shaders, an app? Why is it building Vulkan? Does Vulkan depend on? Yeah, it does depend on the platform. Damn it! I have to clean things up a bit, but oh, still resizable. Whatever. I wasted too much time on this. Let's go back to the initial, which was good enough, and think about the messaging system. Okay, let's go in focus mode, remove all the noise. What do we want? Do we want to catch the mouse? So the first thing is to find the Windows message mouse wheel, mouse move, mouse last, mouse leave, mouse hover, mouse first. What mouse move? Okay, I have a mouse move, but I really need some help at this point. Dear mouse move. So dear mouse move, give me some help. Can I close this panel? Oops, I shouldn't have clicked that. I just want to close this side panel. Doesn't help me much, but apparently I can't do that. So mouse move posted to Windows if one cursor moves. If mouse is not captured, the message is posted to the window that contains the cursor. Otherwise, it's posted to the Windows that's capturing the mouse. Okay, that's fair. I can capture the mouse whenever I want to track. Whenever I want to track an action that goes beyond the boundaries of the window. That is fair. I've done it already. So W-param indicates whether the various virtual keys are down. Okay, this parameter can be one or more of the following values. The low order word specifies the x coordinate of the cursor and the coordinates relative to the upper left corner of the client area. Okay, the high order word specify the y coordinate. Okay, blah blah. We have. So how do I even call this? I should. Yeah, the instinctive way would be to just forward an event, but that is not a sensible thing to do. So instead, I want to track the event with an event queue. What is an event queue? This allows me to do it in the right thread, even though this is the same thread anyway. So when this get parsed, it does a dispatch and then it will throw all the messages anyway. So doing that later on doesn't. Well, it does allow to to capture the history. That is a nice to have. If I ever wanted to capture the history of something, I can do that. It's sometimes useful. So events, platform, events. How do I deal with this? I don't want to over-engineer it, but I probably need to create a struct that has a Win32 event. What should it contain? It could just be the message at this point. Why would I ever over-engineer this? Or I could start parsing it here. So there are different options at this point. One is using aliasing. I don't know. Maybe I should leave this for another time and instead focus. Yeah, I might focus on the event itself, and I'll call them directly, because this is running in the same loop anyway. So either handling here or handling there, the tick doesn't make much of a difference. It's just not. It might not be at the same level with what happens to OpenXR, but even with OpenXR, I'm pretty sure I can do the same thing. Okay. So what I need to do is I need to pass whoever is calling this, right? Because at this point we don't have context. We know that this gets called. And we have to add. We need to give it a user. Is it something like a user set window long A or long pointer? Long A, long. How many versions of this? Long W? Or just long? Yeah, long pointer. Okay. So we want to give it a long pointer. But only after it's been created. Style. Well, it's not about the style. Why do... No, that's not the style. Okay, it's just the D word, but it's not the style. So the index is not. It's not 0. It's something in the user space. Well, actually, let's go and find this instead of just guessing. This is compatible. To write is compatible with 64 version. Use at long pointer when compiling to the set window long. Here is defined as long function. Okay. WND dialog user. Okay. So the zero-based offset of the value to be set, valid values are in the range 0 through the number of bytes of extra window memory minus the size of what? Wait. The zero-based offset to the value to be set. Valid values are in the range 0 through the number of bytes of extra window memory minus the size of long pointer. Okay. To set any other values, specify one of the following values. Okay. Oh, I see. So dialog proc set the new pointer to the dialog box procedure. What is this? I have no idea. The following values are also available when the WND parameter identifies a dialog box. Size of al result. Sets new extra information that is private to the application, such as handles on or pointers. Message result. User plus this. I have no idea what this is talking about. This is a 0, okay. But does this mean that it's 0 by default? So I know there is some extra space that I can specify in the window class. So window class, it has CB window extra, class extra. It needs to be in the CB window extra. Pretty sure about that. Set long pointer message result. But what are those other indices? Okay, this is hard to follow. So I'm just gonna send this to GPT. How do I set the pointer to my class in to have a context in the window proc? Okay, just try to be short, please. Yeah, okay. So now I remember I've done this and I already forgot about everything. So it's not in the class that I need it. Is it not in the class? Okay, wait, there is something. So I don't have to put it in there. I receive it from the creation. So I have to handle the create case wm create. Okay, and pass it after the instance. Okay, here's my void param, which is my Win32 window class, and then I need to retrieve it. How many handle messages? Okay, so instead of going through the window proc every time, that's one more indirection. It's not a tight loop, so I can just bear with it. But anyway, this is making the handling a bit smaller. So whenever we are creating, we get a create struct, use auto. No, I don't want to use auto. Okay, this is a create struct. You get a pointer and the create, okay, and then we set to the user data. But do we have to do we have to allocate that user data? Because I remember something about the extra space in here. Do you have to set something in this or this? No, you don't need extras to the user data because the longer but here the long explanation is built in reserves. For GP data, you don't need to allocate extra, and it's safe without touching my custom data long pointer from 0. Okay, that is from 0. So that means that the user data is not 0. Yeah, it's minus 21. Okay, that makes sense. That's good. Okay, good to know. User data. How long is it? Yeah. Guess we don't care. Thanks, Jibity. No, actually, wait a little. So we have stored. We store the point.